Lots on the way today. First, hard to believe that sort of this time last week the country was basking in temperatures of 19 degrees. It really did look like spring had sprung. In fact, we based most of our fashion items around it.
Yes, we did.
How wrong we were.
It's finally here, the weather is finally here. Well, today there are reports that it might even snow in the Manchester. So we're doing ski wear in fashion today. What has happened?
So
What's gone
help
wrong?
us get to the bottom of what the weather is playing at and what we can expect. We're turning to a man who has helped us many times before. In fact, we'll come to the fact that he made us very angry last summer or just before it. It's our own weatherman, Dave King. Morning, Dave. Lovely to see you.
Good morning, team. Thank you for having me back.
Always a pleasure. So just explain then, what did you foresee this happening and what's going on? Last week it was gorgeous and spring-like, and it might snow in Manchester towards the end of the week.
Yes, it should be 8 o'clock. It should be about 5. Then it rises to about 13 in the afternoon and drops till 7 in the evening. Therefore, last week when the 18s to 20s, it's a big difference. It feels cold, it's cold, but it ain't going to last.
So what happens then? So we'll accept this blip because, you know, spring was lovely briefly, so we'll accept this if it's a week or so. When does it start to improve and for how long, and what's it looking like?
Well, we've got to go back a bit. So there are 4 wind days in the year. Where the wind blows on each of those days, it settles the wind for the next 90 days. We go back to September the 29th, which is the wind day. We had that cold northwesterly wind, which lasted right the way through till mid-February. And it was colder in some places than the other, but it was really miserable. On the 21st of March, the next wind day, the wind came up from the southeast, and that's why we had that heat and that warmth, because it came up on that wind.
So that's a good thing.
But nature, yes. Now that wind on the 21st of March will stay until the 24th of June when we get summer wind from the southwest. So nature is not stupid, and it doesn't produce plants to kill them with frost. So this small aberration, which is going to last 5 days top bubble for some, in the very north of Scotland, you get late snow in any case. So I'm sorry, folks, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. But for the rest of us, we're going to get some warmer. Remember that this time last year, we had frost. And on April the 6th last year, for a few days, we had minus temperatures during the day. So this is nothing unusual.
So this is good. Spring is going to be warmer. It's going to be quite nice. Dare I ask, because we asked you last year we asked you what the summer was going to be like. Was it going to be those words, barbecue summer? And you definitely said no.
And the thing is, if we're honest, we were cross. We said when we finished the item and went to the commercial break, well, I'm not asking him again, because you don't want to know the truth. We didn't want to know it was going to be a rubbish summer. And it was a rubbish summer.
Well, I've been doing this 50 years now. I don't use guesswork. I don't use computers. I use the moon, 1,000-year-old sayings and nature, and they're never wrong. Now, so before I get to the summer, I've got to do a bit of a lead-in, because we've had 4 very dry months. The gardeners will tell you that whilst things are growing in the garden, it's ever so dry. They need rain. But nature compensates. So April, May and June will be damper than normal. It will be a little bit blowy. Now, there is a good side to this, because at the moment the bees and the butterflies and the insects are pollinating all the blossoms, which means we've got fruit on the way. Fruit won't grow unless it rains. So it rains, it brings the fruit on, but it also brings on the grain, and we're going to need every ear of grain this year that we can grow. So June will be very wet. I'll come on to July in a minute. I'll go back a bit. This month, April, the 11th to the 14th, you go along the lanes, and it's called the Blackthorn Winter, and everywhere it's got white blossom, which gives us colder evenings, colder nights, maybe a light frost, but reasonable days. We go forward till May, and the 11th to the 14th of May, they're called ice maidens. At 3 o'clock in the morning, the temperature will be 4 degrees, and at 4 o'clock, it'll be -4. Some severe frost drop out of the sky and kill all the tender plants and all the blossoms. So, gardeners, do not put any plants out before the 20th of May.
So that is an important date. Listen, Dave, sadly, we're going to have to go very shortly, but just, like, really, really quickly, sort of a yes or no. Summer, good?
From the 7th of July right the way through the month to the 5th of August, hot, dry, sunny, except for a little run 20th to the 23rd or 24th. That gives
We'll take
us...
that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. That's good. That's good. That's good. Dave?
I'm very rarely wrong.
No,
I
you're
know,
not.
we know that.
We
You were
know.
sadly very right last summer, so this is better.
Yeah, this is very
certainly
good.
better.
Yes,
Well done.
This is a good summer.
This
Good.
is a great
That'll
summer.
do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.